Hey there everyone, this is Jerebu bringing you a tutorial on an iron golem farm. Now I don't know about you, but I love playing Minecraft on survival mode. So unlike many tutorials out there, I have chosen to avoid using creative to show you how to make the things I walk you through building. However, I also love tutorials that are efficient, so I'll do the least I can to waste your time, because let's be honest, Minecraft can be rather time-consuming by itself. Now this particular structure was made by YouTube user MicroMacComp, so this is not my personal creation. However, kudos to this user. I will be making a few other iron golem farm structures in this world, and then talking about the pros and cons of each once all the tutorials are made. I must say now, though, I really like the simplicity and efficiency of this particular farm. But enough of all this jibber jabber. Let's get started. First, you want to create a 21 by 20 block rectangle. On the 21st block long side, place blocks on the end of one side. This will be where we build the wall that prevents the golems, water, and such from falling off the side. Then place blocks on the end of the adjacent sides. Alright, now that we have that done, the second part is to build a trench. Now the reason I'm building a trench before putting any water in this collection pool is because I usually like to place water last. So let's build further onto the structure. We begin by making a trench for the golems to fall into. To do this, build 3 blocks down from the edge of the side that has no walls. Then build 3 blocks outward, and then a 3-block wall on the third row of blocks. From there, put 2 water sources on either end of this trench and punch out a 2 by 2 block square that the water does not flow to. Alright, now that we have that done, time to move on to part 3, which is where we implement doors. To start this, build a 2-block high pillar on each corner of the structure. The sides you will be working on are the 2 parallel walls. The end that is not parallel with a wall will be worked on later. Now for these 2 parallel walls, pick one and place a 2-block high pillar alongside the already existing 1-block high pillar. Follow this with placing 4 doors next to each other, then 6 pillars, and then follow that with 8 more doors. Now to work on this end structure that has a wall but is not parallel with another wall, simply place 4 doors in the center of this wall and fill the rest of the wall with 2-block high pillars. Alright, now onto the fourth part of making this structure. We'll begin by making a second platform. To begin, place a block on the inside of the walls structure right in front of the top part of a door. And then use this starting block to create a 1 block wide inner border of the entire structure. Now fill in this new inner border to create a second floor. Next, we'll light up the inside with torches and try to reduce how many zombie hordes and other mobs basically spawn in the structure. Now let's continue this floor by putting some walls on it. So basically what you want to do is the outermost blocks, place a 2 high wall on the same sides that already have walls on them below that floor. This is basically to replicate what we've done on the previous floor. Alright, now it's time to put some water on this structure. To start off, put water all the way down the closed up end of this structure. From there, place pressure plates all along the blocks that are right next to the location in which the water flow ends. Then make a 2 block wide gap and then place pressure plates after this gap. From there, place water sources all along the 1 block gap closest to the first row of pressure plates that was already laid. Once more, place a row of water sources along the row of pressure plates that you laid the second time on the outside of the gap. Now that you have the entire water flow consuming the second floor, it's time to repeat this on the previous floor that we made right below it. Alright, part 5. Now that we've got a place for the iron golems to spawn on, it's time to make places for the villagers to be in. So let's start making these villager chambers. We'll start this by going to one of the sides where there is a wall parallel to itself on the structure. Once on one of these sides, we're going to position ourselves around the gap that exists between the doors we laid. Now that we're here, move 1 block below the doors, still remaining within this gap, and build 5 blocks outwards. Fill up this gap with a 6 by 5 block platform. Create a block perimeter on top of this and make a 2 block high wall. Put a water source on each corner of this newly made compartment and repeat that on the other side of the structure. Now for the back walls villager compartment, we're going to start by placing a block 3 blocks below all the doors. Then an upper diagonal block on either side of these 2 blocks and place 1 block on top of each of these diagonal blocks. Place a wall of blocks outward from the original 2 blocks in such a way that leaves a 4-block wide gap for villagers to be placed in. Finish this off with a water source on each corner and side. Alright, now that you've got that basic Iron Golem farm spawner structure, it's time to make some preventative measures to prevent any unwanted or needed mobs from coming in and just kind of creating havoc in your structure, but also to prevent any zombies, any type of zombie, from attacking your villagers, turning them into zombie villagers, and in turn shutting down the production of iron golems completely. So first you want to start by placing half slabs on all the normal blocks of these compartments that are exposed. Once you've done this, looking at the gap that the villagers are in, make a half slab gap and then place half slabs above where there's a vertical entrance so that you can see the villagers but you can't get into the compartment, and nothing 1 block high such as baby zombies can get in either. Do this to all the compartments, and just maybe an additional safety, put torches in the compartments as well. I normally put up to 4 torches in there to prevent any, unexpected spawning, and further safeguard the compartments where the villagers are in. Alright, now speaking of villagers, a lot of people have trouble transporting villagers. I can say for a fact I've had quite a lot of trouble. They can run really fast, and because of that they're somewhat hard to contain, and once you get them at their location, it's also sometimes hard to get them exactly where you want them, such as pushing them down a block or something of that sort. So basically what I've done is I've made another tutorial of how to transport villagers, and I'll be uploading that one shortly as well. Once it is uploaded, I will be providing a link below this video so that you can easily see how to transport villagers. Basically, I use minecarts, and I have them in a situation where they're forced into going into the minecart rather than you having to push them into the minecart, because that has also provided me a lot of trouble trying to nudge them into a minecart. So this is basically a technique where it scoops them up and takes them where you need them. Alright, well, that about sums it up for this video. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope it helped you out. Now, if you'd like to help me out, then please like, share, or leave a comment on this video. And if you have time, why not be a creeper and check out my other videos?